All right.
Thank you.
Not unexpected, I suppose.
Well, this was not unexpected. They were playing tricks on us. They said 2%, but the real intention was to increase VAT with 0.5 this year and 0.5 next year, which would lead to 16%. They've run out of ideas on how to generate revenue for the state. This is not an instruction to Parliament. In terms of Public Management Finance Act, he's allowed to come and make a proposal according to Section 27 of that Act. And then we must then be allowed through committees to engage on this matter and come back and debate it here and adopt it here. We will not support any form of increase on VAT. We agree that we need to protect SRD. We agree that we need to invest in infrastructure, but let's test the rich. Let the corporate tax be increased. Let there be tax on the wealthy people of South Africa who buy buffaloes for 22 million. Those people should be made to pay and finance the social responsibilities of the state.
Very clear from the beginning that we don't believe that a VAT increase is the right way to proceed, especially if it is not accompanied with bold economic reforms. They're going to focus on going for growth. If we don't get growth, then we're going to be sitting back in October as a government, back in February next year, scrabbling around looking for scraps of money to be able to do what we need to do. We have a medium-term development plan that says that we must lower the cost of living, that says we must absolutely go for economic growth, and that we must make sure that we make government more efficient. There are a number of huge, bold announcements that could have been made today that will send the right message out. Instead, we back in borrow, cut, tax and spend. And
without the DA, can the ANC-led coalition be able to pass this budget?
Well, it's odd to me that a budget would be tabled without confidence that you have a majority. The ANC have 39% in Parliament. They need other people to pass it. If there are other parties that want to support a 1% increase in VAT over the 2 years cumulatively, then obviously they must enter into the negotiations. We are willing to keep the door open to discuss before the instruments come to the floor of Parliament. The fiscal framework, the Money Laws Amendment Bill, and of course the Division of Revenue Act. There is still some time for us to be able to have another chat and another look about what we can do to negotiate further on these, and we remain open to doing so. But this has to be a budget that actually takes account the views and opinions of all of its people, and there are some things that we want. We've said very clearly, we're in this government for growth and jobs. If we are not going to take the bold decisions that go hard for growth and jobs, well then we're going to not lend our support and vote to budgets that don't speak to that. And I hope that sanity is going to prevail. I hope that now we can enter into a more mature period of discussing this, because as this budget currently sits today, it has 39 to 40% of the support. It needs 50% plus one to get over.
We have waited for so long to express our views as the official opposition. In our considered view as the MK party, the minister had a number of options to explore, but the option that the minister chose, in our view, is a wrong one. Increasing VAT by any percentage is disastrous. To increase it by 0.5% this year and next year as well, the people who are going to suffer most are black people. These are the people who pay VAT, and we are going to suffer most.
The question really on your statement, what other options did he have in your view?
There were a number of options. Wealth tax, for example, is very important. There are many tycoons here who should be paying wealth tax. There is no reason why we should not increase wealth tax. The other option is to increase corporate tax. It is a viable option in our view. There are other options. Capacitate SARS and make SARS better able to collect revenue. There are so many people who are getting away with murder, who are not paying their tax. That, in our considered view, would generate a lot of revenue, as opposed to increasing VAT by 0.5%, which no doubt will affect so many people, particularly the poorest of the poor. So from that point of view, the budget speech was a huge disappointment.